Hi, I'm Candy Comer. I'm a certified cellular detoxification specialist. This is my resume. I'm going to share what I've observed reverse and what all I've cut out, what kind of cleaning I've done. First, I'm going to share a little bit about me. I'm 52 years of age. I was born and raised in Middle Tennessee area. I'm a country girl. A standard American family, eating the standard American foods for that time. A lot of breakfast cereals. The milkman delivered. I loved ice cream sandwiches, chocolate milk, Pringles, chips. That, a lot of processed foods. I wasn't made to clean my plate, try new vegetables, or eat the vegetables on the plate. If I didn't like what Mama cooked, I could eat what I wanted. I played outside a lot of nature. Yep. So now I'm going to share what the bodily, the physical issues that were showing themselves, the weaknesses that I was brought in with. I was a bedwetter. I wet the bed I was old enough to remember it. I was way too old to be wetting the bed. That shows pituitary weakness. He's like Mr. CEO. He tells all the other glands what to do. When I was around 4 or 5, they saw that I reacted to hay pretty strongly, hay fever, extremely bad seasonal allergies I dealt with. I took allergy shots eventually, starting in maybe 8th grade or 9th grade until I was a freshman in college. I have zero issues with any allergies anymore, none. Yeah, seasonal allergies. I had a lot of sore throats. They called it tonsillitis. They took my tonsils out in 5th grade. What I know now, if the only thing they had removed would have been dairy, that would have saved my tonsils. Yeah, it's the most mucus forming food there is. Okay, then there was the acne, cystic acne. That started around, 9th grade, 8th, 9th grade. Cystic acne. My mother took me to several dermatologists, and they prescribed creams, antibiotics, gels. They'd freeze my face. Then I went to one dermatologist. He prescribed Accutane. I ended up taking 1.5 rounds of it. In between rounds, I started getting some collagen injections from him, and then after that I started getting bumps again, so he prescribed another 1/2 pack of the stuff. Side effects from Accutane: nosebleeds, extremely dry skin. I had all of it. Night vision affected. Yeah, I had that. Have that still. My night vision, I would say I can still tell there's some effect there. And then it was, so that was that was acne. The next thing was early 20s. Here come the ovarian cysts, and they were reoccurring. That's what got me into going to ultrasound school. Then abnormal paps, had a slew of those for years. And then in 2015, I found biochemistry. My body blew up on me. I had 3 swollen lymph nodes on the left side of my body, cloudy, mucky vision, brain fog, irritability, insomnia. The last thing to come was the head pressure. It was the last thing for me to get to go away. And I found the protocol, and I kept working it. I took the bull by the horns, and I did it full bore. I cut out the makeup, the nail polish, the chapstick, toothpaste, shampoo. Everything changed. I went all natural. Then in the fall of 2015, I learned about, it's called 100% pure makeup, plant-based makeups, that kind of thing. And I didn't wear any for a long time. And now I very rarely put on mascara or anything on my lips. I always had a chapstick or Carmex, something like that, Blistex in my pocket. I always kept something on my lips because I would get fever blisters so often. And I thought, if my lips got dry, that was part of it. Or if I got out in the sun and I didn't have something on my lips, then I would get one. It's diet, it's food related, it's when the body is acidic. That's what I've associated for sure. So then also other things that I noticed that were changing is I didn't need trash pickup anymore. I started composting. I learned about growing my own food, permaculture, becoming more self-sustainable. I had never done any kind of diet before. I'd always been thin. I never had a weight issue. And I tell you, I've never heard of a diet that all of these other things come organically with it, that you about becoming a sovereign, taking back your sovereignty and permaculture and growing your own food. Yeah, this is a lifestyle. Okay, so the very first thing, also, let me say, in the fall of 2015, I had 2 mercury fillings removed on the left side. I had them left empty. I didn't want anything put back in there. I asked him, what are you going to put in there? He said, resin, plastic. I said, no, thank you. He didn't want to leave them empty. I assured him that if I had any issue, he would be the first to know. Okay. So in 2015, that's what I did. I kept working it, fruit all day, big salad at night. All of the processed foods went away, cooked refined oils, salt, vinegar, all of that. No fermented foods, no processed foods, fresh, living foods. Okay, so the very first thing I noticed in 2015 was my body temperature regulated. I would say this happened after being 100% raw for 14 days. It takes a while for ionization to occur, for true hydration to occur in ionization. I had a nighttime regimen that I would bump down my thermostat to 64 at night. I didn't want to wake up in the middle of the night hot. That changed. I put it on 78 and that's where it stays. Now I bump it down to 74 at night and it stays at 78 during the day. My reading glasses went. I didn't want to wear sunglasses anymore. I didn't want them. The fear of flying left. My menstrual periods became very regular and extremely light. My skin began to shed. I had brown spots that were wanting to raise up and be flaked off. All of the symptoms that came on initially that got me to do this, the cloudy, mucky vision, brain fog, insomnia, irritability, that all went away very quickly. The head pressure was the last thing to go. I was in that before I'd heard about grains. I would eat grains, brown rice mixed with vegetables, no oil, eat it, bam, that head pressure would come straight back. I knew it was something I was doing. In 2016, again, menstrual periods in the summer tapered to a light 3-day, then nothing. I used the Diva cup in the summer when I was going to the beach, and so I had learned about the Diva cup instead of tampons, and there was hardly any blood flow. Those sunspots or age spots wanted to be flaked off. They would raise up, like I said. The gums have healed themselves. I had gum grafting surgery in July of 2000. My gums were receding and I could feel the edge of the top of the tooth. And around 2012, I noticed that they were getting that way again. I thought, I guess I'm gonna have to have that done again one day. They fixed themselves. I don't have any cuticle on my toes anymore to be pushed back. There's not all that excess, nothing. Don't have that. I used to have an area on the left side of my back that I could recreate, or it could be thrown out. It was initially from lifting the ultrasound machine improperly. One time I threw my back out and then it would just keep happening over little things, I can't recreate it. I cannot throw my back out anymore. In 2017, I went to the desert and met a friend there. I was doing like a modified master fast at that time. I'll share a little bit about what that is in a minute. It was grape juice and lemons. So we ate some cooked food. There was some refined oils. I get back to Tennessee and I'm just wanting to eat more then. I'm wanting to eat more cooked food. Yeah, it's addicting. And so I ate some plant-based pizza. There's oil, all kind of cooked refined oils. It's plant-based. So I felt like my ovaries were wringing out, that they were twisting on themselves, that they were just being tied in a knot. And then I had a period, and I bled. Cooked refined oils are endocrine disruptors. they're rancid. And in December of 2017, my right hip popped, and it's felt better ever since. I was in a pretty serious car crash in 2014. 2 cars were coming at me head on. My right hip, a huge, massive bruise, hematoma on it. I had an MRI for that, because there was lawsuits going on, so I had to have an MRI because I was suing the driver. So yeah, it just felt like a toothache, and achy, and it felt like it needed to pop. And I did a solid food vacation, and I noticed that's when it popped, and it's okay. Been okay ever since. I started doing some Kundalini yoga, and I was sitting and just rotating clockwise in my upper body, and that's when it popped. Maybe in the summer of 2016. Okay, this is talking about here my it's personal private area, and let's just say it's toned up and looks like a 20-year-old. In 2018, after I did a long solid food vacation, it was 122 days. I greatly improved my malabsorption issue, and my digestion as a whole. Food quantity went down. It took a smaller salad to fill me up. I wasn't eating these great big salads. 2019, curious if I've detoxed herpes out. Haven't had a fever blister in months. And that's when I said, then I noticed I associated it's like too many nuts and seeds. You go on a big kick of eating a lot of nuts, that would do it for me. So it's really when the body is acidic. Viruses are protein bound. Viral loads are protein bound. Yeah. So in 2020, I feel like it was in the winter. Yeah, it was in January. I had been going to the dry sauna and doing a lot of hot, cold shower. Hot sauna, cold shower, back and forth, hot and cold, hot and cold. I was doing a short solid food vacation, and I would, fast and do a long intermittent fast, and then I would eat something a little bit offensive, and then I would go back and forth. Then boom, I triggered this great healing event. Tons of mucus coming out of my nose, thick, coughing up wads of mucus. And what I noticed after that was I had 2 knots, round, hard balls, right where my head sits on my spine, on either side of my spine, left and right. The left one went completely away, couldn't find it. The right one was less than half the size. My posture overall greatly changed. My shoulders are open and back naturally. I had a padding, like a bulge right here, right there, which I see on so many people right there. I mean, even men, I see that on so many people. It's so common. So it just seems like so many people are all padded and have the cush and that what is it? Anyway, yeah, it can be removed as well. Yeah, it's diet related. Something else I learned about and added to my regimen was a tongue scraper. How did I go 40 years without ever scraping my tongue or cleaning my tongue with a tongue scraper? I love it. Things that I've observed improve since January of 2021. My abdomen and pelvis area, extremely toned, 70% better. I started using a product called Alka-Bath. I think this has somewhat contributed to that, and also cutting out so many kale chips made with a cashew cheese. I think that has a lot to do with it as well. The tightness in my T-spine is over half better. It's 50% or more than 50% better. it seems like now it's just most of the tightness and stiffness comes back to up higher, my C-spine. So healing happens in layers. It's like shedding, it's like peeling the layers off of an onion. It's what detoxification is like, So many layers to this of healing. We're miles and miles of cells that I have. There's over 100 trillion cells in the body, and over 40 something years of eating mucus forming foods. And also around this abdomen pelvis area is I had a DNC in 2012, and my belly button was a little changed after that. It seemed like the top part of the skin of the hole, it just wasn't like it as toned as it was, and now that's looking so great. I'm excited and very pleased. Overall, there's not one thing that is getting worse or more pain coming. More things are improving day by day. It's exciting. If this has inspired you, great. Thank you. Feel free to share, and feel free to reach out if you would like help. I would be happy to partner with you on your healing journey. There's nothing that the body can't heal. Thank you. Have a great day.